At MindGenius, we like to say everything works out better when you start with the mind map. Like, say, a project plan for a major school conference at your campus, or a meeting agenda, a dissertation, or a professor's lesson plan for a class. MindGenius is a cognitive power tool for you, your faculty, and your students. MindGenius can make a real difference in learning, writing, creativity, communication, project management, basically in just about everything people do in college. I'm going to show you what MindGenius can do for your school and what our campus-wide MindGenius program is all about. Here are the big questions I'll be answering. What can MindGenius do for faculty and for students? What can MindGenius do for neurodiverse students? What exactly is mind mapping and why should everybody be doing it? Which schools are now providing MindGenius? And for the students and faculty who've been using MindGenius, what do they have to say about it? One thing I want to make sure you understand is that MindGenius has two applications. MindGenius20 is a Windows desktop application. MindGenius Online is cloud-based, so it works on both PCs and Macs. The two applications do many of the same things, but in somewhat different ways, and they can work together. Now, why should your college or university care about MindGenius and what it can do? Very simply, MindGenius can make everybody more effective in what they do at your school. Like, for example, learning. And that includes distinguishing what's important to know from what's not as important. Writing, including very important, how to get started on a writing project. Overcoming writer's block and all that. Collaboration with other people. Successfully completing projects with other people. Embracing creativity and making it a more common experience on your campus. Helping educators be more effective. Helping students be more effective. Now, what I've just said might sound like a big claim to be making, and I'm not saying that MindGenius increases your IQ or guarantees that all students will get A's in all their tests. But what I am saying is that MindGenius applications are cognitive power tools that can make a real difference in how people use their brains. There are quite a few schools that are now providing our software for their students and faculty. Check along the bottom of your screen. And here's what a couple of our users have said about MindGenius. I'll just let you read. And here's another. And you can find more testimonials on our website. So how does MindGenius work? It all starts with a mind map. Now, a mind map is not a new thing. For many years, people have put pen to paper or chalk to blackboard to sketch out a drawing of ideas or information in a visual form. But clearly, software can make this process easier and faster, and it's much easier to make changes and to share your mind maps with other people. One of the best ways to start a mind map is with a brainstorm. Brainstorming is often how successful projects get started, all kinds of projects. That includes writing projects, learning projects. Let's take a look at a few brainstorming principles. One key principle is you've got to have a few clunkers. For those of you not familiar with that term, let me give you some synonyms. The operative principle is to get good ideas, you've got to have some not so good ideas. That's brainstorming, whether it's just you or a room full of people or a Zoom call full of people. But the brainstorm is just phase one. Just spit out all your ideas. The next thing, phase two, is prioritize, organize, and evaluate. MindGenius makes it really easy to do all of that, to rearrange your brainstorm. You can end up with the ideas you want to work with and the ideas you'll either keep on the side or just delete. My next principle is basically to have fun. The more you enjoy brainstorming, the more likely you are to come up with good ideas. And finally, keep in mind that sometimes The best results come from combining different ideas in the brainstorm. When you start with a mind map, well, you can finish with a lot of different positive outcomes in MindGenius. For instructors and professors, we're talking about lesson plans, writing projects of various kinds, meeting agendas, and as I showed earlier, complete detailed project plans. MindGenius can help educators engage students and stimulate their creativity. Mind maps can provide greater clarity for complex information and make knowledge relationships more clear. Do you have projects you need to plan at your school, like say a multi-school conference? If you use MindGenius to plan a project, you're not going to stop with a mind map. You can use our Gantt view or timeline view to put in timing information, dependencies, resources, and other views will help you manage and track your project and communicate and collaborate about it. That's especially true for MindGenius Online, where communication and collaboration are built in. By the way, MindGenius Online also integrates with Microsoft Teams. So whatever you're doing with Teams now, consider how MindGenius Online could help improve your productivity and your results. For students, instead of a lesson plan, they have class notes. And they can highlight the most important information in the class notes with colors, different font sizes, and tags. For instance, see that little blue dot on the one item? That's a color tag, and you can define it to mean anything you want. For example, important concept. And see the item at the bottom of your screen? It has 3 different tags. A student can define what they mean, what those tags mean, and then they can filter a mind map by the tags so they could just display the information that they decided is most important or most relevant to a paper they're writing, for instance, or a test that's coming up. Mind maps can provide greater clarity for complex information by making knowledge relationships visual and therefore more clear. You also have the ability to focus in on a selected part of your knowledge base while hiding from view everything else by using the Map Navigator. Students can jumpstart their writing projects just like instructors or professors do. Then they can finish writing their class paper, dissertation, master's thesis, book, or movie screenplay in Microsoft Word because MindGenius exports to Microsoft Office. MindGenius has been found to be very useful for students with dyslexia or other learning disabilities. So useful that we've received the approval of the British Dyslexia Association. MindGenius is all about making ideas and information visual. For neurodiverse students, that can mean less need to focus on spelling, grammar, or sentence structure in building their knowledge. Tools like tags, colors, images, and the visual structure of a mind map can help make learning and retaining knowledge more effective and more enjoyable. Mind maps and other tools that MindGenius provides can help in making the transition from raw information to organized and prioritized knowledge. And if it's useful for neurodiverse students, it's useful for everybody for the same reasons. Now I'd like to show you a couple more statements from people in schools using MindGenius. Let's say you're interested in bringing our cognitive power tools to your campus and you're ready to begin the process. The first piece of what I would call really good news is our pricing. It's remarkably low. We really want to make it affordable to provide MindGenius to everybody on your campus. Here's how we talk about pricing on our website. And yes, it says our pricing is typically less than 1% of standard per user pricing. And by the way, if you would like a free trial for your school, get in touch with us. Let us know that you want to talk to somebody at MindGenius, and then you can request a free trial. At MindGenius, we believe in the potential for education to transform people's lives and make our communities stronger. Whether or not you end up bringing MindGenius to your campus, I wish you the best as you continue to fulfill the promise and the potential for your school.